Hey there, gorgeous! Hope you're having a great day. I have my new mic set up, yay! So you won't be hearing any more crackling noises. That was terrible. Anyway, on to bigger and better things. Hopefully the audio will be better from here on out consistently. In today's video, I'm testing out a number of new makeup products I have never tried before and conducting a very thorough wear test with you. I will show you everything up close so you can make an informed decision, and we'll find out if there's anything good here or not. So I already have a face moisturizer applied and an eyeshadow primer. I'm going to go ahead and apply a face primer because I'm going to be testing out a foundation I've never tried before in this video. And I want one side to be with a primer, one side to be without a primer. So the primer that I'm using today is from SHEGLAM. This is the Birthday Skin Primer. I talked about this one in a video several weeks ago, and I love this stuff. If you want something that makes your makeup last, this is some of the best stuff I've ever tried. I mean, it keeps foundations intact for upwards of 12 hours on my face, and it's $6. What more do I have to tell you? And it also helps to blur pores, color correct. It does a number of things besides helping keep your makeup intact, but it really is a great primer. And there you can already see the results. Using just the primer, it blurred my pores over here. It color corrected some of my redness compared to this side over here. Awesome stuff. I'm going to be applying the foundation a little bit later in the video, but for now I'm going to start on my eyes, as I traditionally do. You know that about me. I found new Covergirl eyeshadows at my local Walgreens, and I picked up these two shades to try. The purple one is called Vibin. This one is called Dig Deep. Now I was really interested in this one because it's a cooler toned neutral, which is really hard to find in the drugstore. Hoping these are good because Covergirl is not my favorite when it comes to eyeshadow, and I would say that they're probably one of the worst brands in my experience when it comes to eyeshadow, but hopefully we get something different here. So I'll take some of that cool toned neutral. Isn't that a pretty color? It's not warm. It's perfect. Seems to be pretty pigmented, but powdery. And I'll apply that in the crease. Not bad, not bad. They must have been listening to us. This is looking better than it would have 5 years ago. It comes off a little gray on me. It doesn't look as brown as it does in the pan. And then we'll try out that purple. And I will take a flat eyeshadow brush here. I'm using one from Crown. This is their C510. And I'll apply this directly on the lid. Definitely a warmer purple. And you can see the pink hues coming through in it. But the pigment is pretty good. Still powdery, like the first shade that I used. A little more pink than what I would like for it to look. I would like a little bit of a deeper purple. But for the most part, the quality was pretty good despite the powdery texture of the eyeshadows. Real quickly here, I'm doing my brows with Maybelline's Brow Ultra Slim, one of my favorites from the drugstore. I zoomed you in because I'm applying eyeliner next. I found this new one from Covergirl. It's part of their Exhibitionist Lash Enhancing Liquid Eyeliner. I picked up the shade Rich Brown because it's really hard for me to find a brown, and I've been wanting a brown, so I was really happy to see a brown. What attracted me to this one was that it said it had a matte line to it, and it was not glossy. Really easy to work with, extremely easy to apply, and it looks like it did dry down fully matte. I also have a new mascara to try from Covergirl. This is another one from their Exhibitionist line. It's the one called Uncensored, and it's a waterproof mascara. Let's see what this does, because I'm a huge fan of the other Exhibitionist mascaras that they make. I don't know what the difference is with this new one, but we'll find out. It's okay. I feel like it's more of a lengthening mascara as opposed to more of a volumizing one, where the traditional Exhibitionist mascara is really thickening. And that's one of those mascaras that I love to wear all by itself. This is just It's okay. It's not my most favorite. For the rest of the face, you remember I have the Birthday Skin Primer applied to this side. So there's nothing on this side of my face with the exception of a moisturizer. For the foundation I'm testing out today, this is from L'Oreal. It's the True Match Nude Hyaluronic Tinted Serum. Shade that I'm using is very light. So this foundation is supposed to be more of a dewy, hydrating, that type of finish foundation. It's not matte. And it's meant for older skin, but I mean, hey, I wasn't born yesterday. I will apply a small amount to start to see what we get. Very light coverage, you can see there, but very skin-like. No issues with blending it in whatsoever. It melted right into the skin like a moisturizer would, and it feels light, and there's no scent to it, by the way, either, which I really appreciate. So I will apply that to the rest of my face. You can feel the hydration of it also. It's incredibly moisturizing on the skin, and it feels good to apply it. And it's not bringing out any, what's the word, like fine lines. I mean, it just looks like skin. It's absolutely beautiful. It's not covering up my freckles or like little marks around my face, like acne scars and things like that. It's not covering those up. So if you're looking for more coverage, you may want to add a concealer if you try this. But this finish is absolutely beautiful. And I'm going to zoom you in just because I'm enjoying this new lens so much. So you can see what my skin looks like up close. It's absolutely beautiful. I love this stuff. To set everything, I am using a new powder that I discovered from Wet n Wild recently. This is the Bare Focus Clarifying Finishing Powder. I use that to lightly set around the face. Although, I mean, goodness, you really don't need to with this foundation. And that's why I'm not going to use much of the powder, because the foundation looks absolutely beautiful without any setting anything. I mean, if I were going to use this in the future, which I more than likely would, hoping it lasts all day, I would just use a setting spray to set it instead of a powder, because it wasn't like too shiny on my skin, and the finish was really, really beautiful. And I am going to go back and add some more of that Covergirl mascara on my lower lashes because I want to see if it flakes, smudges, smears, although I just smeared it myself, but I'll fix that when it dries. There you can see how much it lengthens the lower lashes. It really does do a good job of lengthening. Details on the rest of my face will be listed for you below if you want to know what's on my lips, eyelashes, cheeks, etc. Everything will be below for you in the description box. I'm going to wear this all day. We'll see what happens at the end of the day, and I will let you know how these products pan out. I wore this makeup today for 10 hours with no touch-ups, and this is what my face looked like at the end of that 10 hours, and the results speak for themselves right there when we're talking about the foundation. You can already see that the SHEGLAM Birthday Skin Primer really did help to keep that L'Oreal foundation intact. Shine was minimized, if at all apparent, and it looks fabulous on that side of my face. So really happy to see that. And if you would like to try the SHEGLAM Birthday Skin Primer, I will have it listed and linked for you below in the description box. On the side without the primer, it still looked really good in my opinion. I mean, it was a little shiny, but come on, for 10 hours, it was still really remarkable. I did not have any movement, no separation. My skin looked like my skin, and I love this foundation. If you're looking for a new one to try, I guarantee you would absolutely fall in love with it, especially if you have dry skin. It's wonderful stuff. As far as the eyeshadows go, I'm still wearing the makeup from this video, by the way. The eyeshadows wore extremely well. They did. They lasted. No fading, no muddying, and everything looked great. It's just, I did not like the purple shade. After I was wearing it all day, I was like, ugh. I don't know if it was the purple or the brown that threw me. Maybe it was the gray cast that this was leaving on my eyes, but there was something about that combination that I just did not feel my best with. And you can see that now I put a dark brown over the top of the purple because it just, yeah. And I'm still not really loving it, but it's almost 11 o'clock at night here, and I really don't feel like doing my makeup over. So yeah, anyway, for the rest of the products I tried out, the Covergirl mascara. Look at my under eye area here up close and you'll see what I'm talking about. It transferred pretty badly on my under eye area. I mean, not as bad as some other mascaras have, but it's still transferred. Not too thrilled to see that, especially for a waterproof mascara. And I would have credited that to being splashed in the tub by a 3-year-old, but that wasn't the case because on the other eye where I did not get water splash from the tub tonight, there was still movement from the mascara, so boo. The eyeliner looked really great at the end of the day. There was a little bit of separation on the inner corner of one of my eyes. Wasn't too terrible. This would still be one that I would use again in the future. And it was interesting because on one eye it separated, but then on the other eye it didn't. And that's why I'm giving this one more of a thumbs up because I was really encouraged by the end of the day results with it. And I definitely want to go back and keep using it. What else did I use today? Oh, the powder. The powder, you can see on the side where it got a lot of shine breakthrough without the primer. Powder didn't really do much in the way of helping to keep the L'Oreal foundation from having all that shine breakthrough. So it wasn't my most favorite powder. But I'll go back and add that if you do see these new CoverGirl eyeshadows, don't discount them. This purple may be better mixed in with a lighter purple. I think just all over the lid, it was not flattering for me, and it may be one that I use more on the outer half. Maybe in the crease, something like that kind of placement would more than likely be better. But anyway, if you do see any of these new CoverGirl eyeshadows, they are not like the traditional CoverGirl formula. They're pretty good. They're not exceptional. Like they're not like Wet n Wild's buttery, creamy formula that's so easy to apply. They're not like that, but they are pretty good compared to what they have been producing. At any rate, I hope that you enjoyed this, found it helpful. I'll try to have all these products listed and linked for you below in the description box. Thank you so much for being here, for taking the time to watch, and I look forward to seeing you again next time.